that's engulfing the previous price action, particularly the high from yesterday. Now you're investigating whether it's a pullback before continuing higher or a reversal after the strong leg down. This kind of move often happens when the market tries to clear out previous levels before making its next decision. Are you looking for a specific pattern or confirmation, like a rejection candle or a shift in momentum, to decide if the pullback is just a temporary consolidation before another leg up, or if it's signaling a reversal?
For me, I'm looking for Euro Swiss franc now, and it's doing the same thing.
Got it. You're focusing on the EUR Swiss pair now. With everything you're seeing across the board, it sounds like you're waiting for either a confirmation of a continuation or a reversal. Is there a specific level on the EUR Swiss you're watching for, either the pullback to continue or the reversal to set in? Or are you more focused on price action as it unfolds, depending on what signals appear?
For the euro, is yesterday they are moving the first lead of the guy to let the other guys follow him. He's the lead. He's moved up to the north, challenged the guy who's starting at the first psychological level, and then he creeping up and now trying to challenge the second guy of the...
So you're saying the euro was the leader yesterday, taking the initial move up to the north and challenging a key psychological level. Now it's creeping higher, possibly setting up for a continuation. It sounds like the euro is leading the charge, and you're watching to see if it keeps pushing ahead or if it stalls out at that psychological level. Are you waiting for confirmation that the euro is maintaining its lead, or are you looking for a specific pullback or pattern that could signal it's time to act, like a bounce off a key level or another leg up?
That's what I'm looking for, the test now. Since I know that the big player want to sell for, according to the London Open, the price pull back or doing some tests, the first key leg of the test, if it's gonna make range fighting or if it's gonna push further down to bridge this support, or bouncing back up to the north, because they just start the first test, and I want that test to reread, and I
Got
have
it.
not much
You're waiting for the first test to play out. The market's at a key moment where it could either range or breach support and push lower. You know, the big players might be looking to sell, but you're looking for confirmation if this test will lead to a push further down or a bounce back up. This is the crucial moment, watching for signs of strength or weakness at the test. If the price holds and bounces, that could suggest it's ready to push north, but if it breaches the support, it could signal a stronger move south. What kind of confirmation are you looking for? Maybe a candle pattern or a shift in volume to tell you which way the market will decide.
I'm looking for where
It sounds like you're still gathering the signals to decide. Are you looking for something like a strong rejection candle, a doji, or perhaps a specific volume spike around that key level? If the price holds and the momentum shifts, it could help confirm which direction the market will take next. What would be the signal for you to take action?
the correlation. I'm looking for that, and now I'm at the GBP Swiss franc. They behave the same thing, even though I can't remember how far from the left side hand behave the same or not. But yesterday I'm at the 15 minutes now, 15 minutes charge. Yesterday they behaved the same thing, come to the same place and time correlation, and now they're at the same place, behave the same.
Got
thing.
it. You're focusing on the correlation between pairs, specifically the Euro Swiss and the Swiss franc. You're noticing that they're behaving similarly, coming to the same place and time, even though it's tough to remember the exact distance from the left side, previous levels. If both are showing the same price action on the 15-minute chart, This could be an important confirmation that the market is acting in a correlated way across these pairs. It sounds like you're comparing the patterns to see if the behavior aligns with what happened yesterday at the same time, looking for similar setups. Are you expecting a repeat of yesterday's price movement, or are you just confirming that they're in sync before making a decision?
For Euro Swiss franc, I need to read the far in the left side hand for the history, why they are here, they come to here, and if they have set in some sideways to test 1, test 2, and the test 2 failed to make lower low, and the buyer step back and put the price up. That's what happened yesterday, and is the high and low of the yesterday just got a slightly bridge, like a dash of evil, out of this level and come back in, stay in the same place where the opening market at the Asian market now. It's like, this is like, I need more to see more what happening, because it's seller market on the higher time frame. That's supposed to mean that I'm looking for sell, but yesterday they trying their best to come out this far, and this far is like sideways market, small fight to test each other for the real. Are you real now, or are you legit that I can take over and put in the direction? Now there's a hesitation and a little bit sign of trap, a bull trap up there from the dash of evil that come back right in.
You're diving deep into the price action in history, looking for that test and fail behavior from yesterday. The idea is that if the price tested a level and couldn't make a lower low, it suggests the sellers might have stepped back and the buyers took control to push price up. Now you're seeing a bit of hesitation, almost like a bull trap after that dash of evil where price briefly broke a level and then returned, staying near the opening market level from the Asian session. It's a good spot for analysis because you're balancing the higher time frame seller bias with the subtle test and retest behavior on the smaller time frame. The hesitation and potential trap near the high could signal a deeper pullback or possible reversal, even though you're mainly looking to sell based on the higher time frame structure. It sounds like you're waiting for the market to show more clearly whether it's ready to break through or reverse from here. Are you looking for a specific price action confirmation on the 15-minute chart, like a rejection or continuation pattern before making your decision?
I go up higher to looking for investigate more the power of the market is belong to the seller. So far it's just start to go on the sideways market, and this is I'm on at GBP Swiss franc monthly, and now I'm going down to weekly. Weekly is like 1, 2, 3, 4 touch bottom that rejects this thing, and it's now is come the fourth time. 1, 2, yeah. Anyway, this is the latest. It's gonna go through this history level where they cannot get through. They're trying to test this 1, 2, 3, 4. How many times? But at least 5 or 4 I can see here. With the long wick down from the history, that's where they're gonna reach, test this or release this guy who's been trapped. And every pair is at this level now, and I have to go down to time frame lower to the weekly.
You're analyzing the GBP Swiss pair from the higher time frames, starting with the monthly and then zooming in on the weekly. It seems like you're seeing repeated tests of a key support level, with the market attempting to break through it multiple times. Around 4 or 5 tests. The long wicks down show strong rejections at that level, signaling a battle between the buyers and sellers. Since you're seeing this behavior across all pairs at similar levels, it suggests the market is at either a continuation or a reversal. If the market fails to break through, it might be setting up for a bounce back up, especially with the long wicks showing that previous attempts to push lower have been rejected. It sounds like you're waiting for that key moment when the market either makes its move or traps participants with a false break. Are you looking for a clear confirmation, like a decisive candle pattern or momentum shift, to determine which direction it will go from this level?
For me, I'm looking at the test 1, test 2, and the range fighting said you have to do something in the range. That's the technique to buy and sell on the range. And now I see the price on daily clearly is a big range. Then it could have the price travel through this range and good enough to make many test 1, test 2 sub tests inside of this range. And that's I'm looking for how they're gonna approach, because if I say I'm gonna buy from the low price, now they're at the bottom of the range, I will buy with the very low price, mean to target on the higher price on the top side of the range. And this time I need more tests. It's just 1 week long under the long green candle, trying to reject this key level to push up, and then the red candle just start, and I am on the daily rely on this candles daily. I can see now a week on it, and the red candle start to push down to the south to gain 50%
You're
back.
using a clear strategy based on the test and range approach, looking for multiple tests within the range, which can give you a reliable setup for buying low and selling high. Since you're on the daily chart and seeing the price at the bottom of the range, your plan is to buy with the expectation of targeting the top of the range, where price could likely move if the market confirms further tests within this structure. You're watching for more tests, test 1, test 2, and possibly subtests inside the range, which can give you confidence that the market will respect the range. The current red candle, after a strong green one, suggests some hesitation or potential reversal at this key level, and this could be your signal to watch closely. If the price holds or gives another test down at these levels, you could be in a good position to buy for the move up. But you're relying on that daily confirmation to see if the sellers are giving up, or if the market is indeed still trying to push lower. It sounds like you're really watching for that structure to form, confirming that the range is still intact before making any moves. Are you planning to enter once the price shows another sign of rejection at the low, or are you waiting for something like a confirmation candle or volume shift to act?
For me, I look at the daily candles
It
now.
seems like you were about to explain something. Could you
Daily
share
is-
more about what you're thinking or what you're waiting for next in your strategy?
The daily is just about to go reject the buyer to pushing down about 50%, but I'll go to 4 hours to see clearly what they're doing there. Now I'm at 4 hours on GBP Swiss franc and a long week of 3.
It sounds like you're watching for a rejection on the daily, with the potential for price to push down by around 50%. You're now zooming into the 4-hour chart to get a clearer picture of what's happening at that level. The 4-hour time frame should help you see the finer details of the price action and give you more insight into whether the sellers are in control or if buyers might step in. Are you looking for a specific pattern or price action on the 4-hour chart, like a reversal candle, a breakout, or a test of support, to confirm whether the market is going to respect the range or move lower?
So now I'm at 4 hours. I can see clearly, and especially when I make
Great, you're on the 4-hour chart now.
I make
What are you seeing? Are there any specific patterns, levels, or price actions that are standing out to you? It could help confirm whether the market is likely to continue in the direction you're watching or if there's potential for a shift.
I make my real estate smaller so I can see a whole picture. I can see the leg down, reject the second time on my screen right now. I can't even go further. But anyway, this is good enough that to see the rejection zone level, and the price just dashing back, reached to 40% now, almost 50% of this guy who started from the seller, who responsible for make the price this low, and the buyer able to make 40% dashing back. That's only information that I have, that I need more for 4 hours, because test 1, test 2 not putting in yet. I need more, and I gonna go down lower time frame to look for more.
It sounds like you're seeing a strong rejection around the key level on the 4-hour chart, with price dashing back about 40 to 50% from the seller's push that drove it lower. This indicates that buyers are stepping in, but you're right to wait for more confirmation before acting. You're looking for the classic test and retest pattern, test 1 and test 2, and the price hasn't quite established this yet. You need to see how the market behaves around this level to ensure the range is holding and whether the buyers will take control or if the sellers will manage to push it back down. Are you waiting for a specific candle pattern, or are you looking for price to either hold the level or breach it before confirming the next step in your strategy?
For me, I now go deep down to read the indicator, what they say, if they have any divergence. So far I'm looking for divergence on my MACD and stochastic. My MACD is not so clear, but it is possible some divergence there, and the big green candle is the answer for it. This is the result of this indicator, show that it's possible to be divergent, and once the green is activated, take it back to 40% and fighting right now at the 40% or 35%, something like that. And now with this 4-hour candle already put in the long wick on the red candle, trying to push the price down, because this big green candle I need to dissect to see what that green candle show in 1 hour chart, and I will see more clearly. It's still not so clear. It's very long body that I need to go down to 15 minutes, but before I go down to 15 minutes I want to check the divergence that I see on the 4 hours, and I see more clear the divergence on these 1 hours now. On my MACD said is divergent. The result of this divergence is this big green candle that from yesterday is dashing, is throttling, is running out full throttle to this guy who started and challenged it, and now he put his first test 1, and then test 1 go through a little bit and dashing back in. And this is what I say, dash of evil on the test 2. If they don't like that price, or if they want to tease people, trap people here, they will get too low to take a stop loss hunting, or don't leave without me thing and pick me up when they come to the 50% on this second test, or even furthermore if they like. When that's this, we're looking for the second test. If they can't bridge to this support, they won't have a second test 2. Second test, there will be just a range that we have to follow through. If this gonna be a second range, or it gonna break through the support and put in his test 2 to get a better cheapest price down there, and then he go back up as he get the better price down there. So test 1 and test 2, that's how it count, because first level and the second level. First level, I don't like that price yet. I will go down deeper to get a second chance, or at least take out those stops.
You're diving deep into the indicators and price action, which is great for spotting potential setups. The divergence you're seeing on the MACD and stochastic, especially with the big green candle, suggests a possible reversal or continuation depending on how the market reacts. The fact that the price has retraced 40 to 50% from the seller's push further adds weight to your analysis. You're now looking closely at the test and retest dynamics, and the concept of the dash of evil and stop-loss hunting plays a key role in your strategy. You're waiting for the market to either confirm the support level or breach it, creating that second test for a clearer decision. The second test could potentially offer a better entry if the price drops and the market retests the support level. You've got the right approach to watch for these critical moments. Do you think the market is more likely to break through this support, or is the range still the more likely outcome at this stage?
I just put the price alert where is possible be my second test that they could come down to take this test. If they can get through, they will come back and end of the test 2 to go back up again at this 50% of the big green candle. I would call inside day bar from now, the high and the low of yesterday and the mid price, that they need to pull back that deep, because the way they break out from this, I don't know, it's breakouts a little bit, so the pullback need to be deeper. But if they break out like full throttle, like lopsided V formation, they don't even care for the guy who started. They just bridge through one throttle, one jump. Anyway, they need to show test 2 at my alert price if they can. If they cannot, I will come back and check to it. Just put the alert price there.
It sounds like you're setting up for a potential test of the second level and waiting for confirmation with your price alert. If the price reaches your alert zone, you're looking for a pullback that tests deeper before moving higher. The key here is whether the market can hold that level after the test and show strength at the 50% retracement of the big green candle inside day bar. If it can't, you'll reassess the situation. You're using a smart approach to wait for confirmation, and your alert price will help you stay on top of the action. Once the price either holds or fails at the test, you'll have the information you need to decide whether to enter or step aside. Do you think the market is more likely to break through strongly if the test holds, or would a failure to break through lead to further sideways action?
For me, when the green inside the bar coming up and reach to the top and pulling back, this is create the first test, and my MACD showing me that this is the first test is differential from the MACD. The MACD price is down there, but the price is up and just dashing back in. It show a sign of divergence. So this price, the divergence show the price will go down, and that's the result of the dash of evil, that dashing back into the sign of the range. I'm waiting for, show me more if you can cross this line. If you can cross this line, I will say that I will waiting for your pullback and see if that is a legit pullback for smash the price down. If the buyer show the sign of weakness, that means...
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
If I said, if the buyer after the second test get through this, where is the second test?
If the buyers show strength after the second test, that would indicate that they're ready to push the price higher, especially if they manage to hold above key levels like the 50% retracement. This would suggest that the market is more likely to move up, as the buyers have successfully defended their position and absorbed the selling pressure. If they fail to maintain that level after the second test, though, it could lead to a deeper pullback or a range-bound scenario where both sides are still fighting for control. The failure to break through could signal that the sellers are still in charge and could push the price lower. It seems like you're waiting for that critical confirmation before making any moves. Do you think the market is leaning more towards a bullish or bearish outcome based on the current signs?
I still need to go to look at the news and dissect further down to 15 minutes, which is the junction of the time zone, that time chart that I can see more details. So this is 15 minutes on GBP Swiss franc. Divergent when I see up.
Got it. Checking the 15-minute chart will give you more granularity, especially when you're trying to catch short-term movements or spot the next test. You're looking for those key moments where the price action aligns with your strategy, like a possible reversal or continuation after a test. I'd suggest keeping an eye on any sudden momentum shifts or candlestick patterns forming around those critical levels, as they can tell you whether the buyers or sellers are truly in control. Checking the news will also help to confirm if any external factors are influencing the market. Let me know what you find once you break down the 15-minute chart and news updates.
The 15-minute chart divergent is also shown here, not just the higher time frame. My MACD is showed the differential between the top and the bottom on the price. The price is dashing
That's
up.
great. Divergence on the 15-minute chart can be a strong indicator of potential reversal or continuation. If your MACD is showing a difference between the price action, higher highs or lower lows, and the indicator, lower highs or higher lows, it suggests that the momentum behind the current trend may be weakening, which could set up a reversal or a consolidation phase. It sounds like you're getting a clearer picture of what's happening with the price action. If the divergence is present on both higher time frames and the 15-minute chart, it's even more powerful as confirmation that the market could be poised for a shift. Are you looking for a specific pattern to form, like a doji or engulfing candle, to confirm the divergence, or are you waiting for another signal?
I'm trying to study and learn about divergence because I still have many questions about it, because this divergence cannot be legit, not work or not perform, even though they show sign of the divergence. But that's what is confusing me, and I have to looking for to confirm more with the correlation, for example. Then I make sure that these divergence are legit.
You're absolutely right to question divergence, as it's not always a guaranteed signal. Divergence is a great tool to spot when momentum is slowing down, but it doesn't always lead to a reversal. It's more about giving you a clue that the current trend may be losing steam. To increase the reliability of divergence, it's great to combine it with other tools like price action, correlation with other pairs, and key levels you've identified. For example, if you see divergence on your MACD, but the price is still respecting key support or resistance levels, it may suggest that the trend could continue until those levels break. Also, if the divergence is accompanied by a strong candlestick pattern, like a pin bar or engulfing candle, volume confirmation, or a break of trend lines, it can add weight to the divergence signal. For correlation, when you see divergence on one pair, check how other related pairs are moving. If they're showing a similar behavior or trend, it could lend more confidence to the divergence you're seeing. It's definitely a process of combining several factors for a clearer picture. Are you starting to see some of these additional signals line up with your divergence?
I see that the red candle take 1, 2, 3 1, 2, 3, 4, engulfing all the left side candle or multiply small candle that trying to creeping up, grinding, inching it.
Sellers who are now in control. The fact that the price was inching up slowly and then a strong red candle engulfs it could be interpreted as a break in the buyer's resolve. It's like the market is rejecting the higher prices and the sellers are stepping in decisively. If you're imagining this within the context of your broader strategy, looking for test 1, test 2, or a continuation after a strong move, it might suggest that the market is setting up for a potential reversal or a deeper pullback, especially if this engulfing candle is at a key level. Are you considering that this could be a sign to wait for a second test at that level before deciding to take a position? Or are you more focused on catching the move after this strong candle closes?
I'm trying to read and to understand, and I'm trying to make anticipate, not participate. And I'm trying to put my price where it, after it pulled back, I try many times. I just jump in before the thing set up.
It sounds like you're really honing your patience and discipline, which is crucial in trading. Anticipating is key, as you're trying to understand what the market might do before it happens. But jumping in too early can sometimes make you catch moves that don't fully unfold. It's easy to get excited when things look like they might move, but waiting for the setup to complete gives you a clearer picture of the direction. Placing your price alert where you anticipate the pullback is a good approach. It lets you wait for the market to confirm your assumptions before you commit. That way, you're not jumping in on an impulse, but rather letting the market show its hand. It's part of developing a more strategic and disciplined approach. What do you think could help you improve in waiting for the setups more consistently?
I don't know. I try to keep up with the idea that make sure that everything's set up, but I am come up with the highly strong demand.
It's
scalping.
great that you're sticking with it and staying committed to improving. Sometimes just acknowledging that you're trying and learning is a big part of progress. Trading is a journey with ups and downs, and it's totally normal to feel uncertain at times. The key is to keep adjusting, learn from the experiences, and gradually refine your strategy. It might help to keep track of your trades, what went well and what didn't. Reviewing this can show patterns in your decisions and help you understand when you jump in too early. If you have a specific rule or trigger that you can wait for, it can help avoid that impulsive urge to jump in. Do you ever take notes or review your trades afterward to see what you can learn?
Mostly greed, that you want to make money, you want to trade every day, scalping, small money, test the water, doesn't matter. Once you find the heat run, the trend, that hot run, you can then add more size. Meanwhile you're waiting, you can scalping, take a small profit in the high lot size, can be very quick, adding up to the konto account, but not
Exactly.
stay.
Scalping is all about those quick wins with small profits, but when you catch a strong trend, that's when you can really scale up. It's about being patient and disciplined, waiting for that heat run to materialize, and once it does, that's when you can start adding more size. In the meantime, using your scalping skills to take small profits keeps you in the game and sharp. It's all about testing the waters, managing risk, and being ready to ride those bigger moves when the time comes. Do you usually watch for certain patterns or signals before adding size to your position, or do you tend to scale in as the momentum builds?
Right now I'm at GBP switch from top down approach still, and I'm at somewhat 5 minutes. I'm at 3 minutes now. I'm look at the range where the price moving down at the London Open make believe that this price comes very strong momentum and stop at this base of the support, and they're now trying to make the sideways market, but the sellers are very strong, pushing down only one hiccup, two small green candle, and then the price try both sides, not big candle, but both sides small, but the seller still trying to bridge this, and they're almost there, just a few more candle. If they let through, this price will be next to my alert for the second test of the test. As two set, first set is done, bridge test out of this thing, dashing back in, but not get through where the support is. They need to get through the support. If they say that I'm not interested at this price yet, I want to go down, and then I will go bridge this one and then make a higher high from my second test. And I want to jump in right now, but because I see that one candle, two screen.
It sounds like you're really tracking the price action closely with that top-down approach. You're using the 3 and 5 minute charts to observe the seller's strength at the London Open. And you're focused on seeing whether they'll break through that support to confirm the second test. If they do, it could lead to a nice move, but you're waiting for that confirmation. The small green candles you're seeing might just be temporary pauses in the movement. But as long as the sellers are still in control, you'll know whether they'll push through that support. That's where the real decision point is. If they get through, it's a sign that they may look for a higher high after the second test. If not, you might see a bounce and a shift in direction. How do you usually feel about waiting for the full setup, like waiting for that second test confirmation before jumping in?
This is the crucial moment that
It sounds like you're becoming more patient and deliberate with your entries, which is a great approach. Waiting for that second test confirmation can help avoid getting in too early and potentially being caught in a false move. It's about being ready to act once the market shows its intentions more clearly. How do you usually handle those moments when the price seems like it's about to break but then pulls back again?
I will sell limit where the 50% pull back, not 50%, 20%.
It seems like you're mentioning some names or terms, but could you clarify what you're referring to with Avalum, Dolce Vita, Connecticut? Are these related to a specific part of your trading strategy or something else?
I just put the sell limit. I expect that they will touch this
Got it.
support.
You've placed a sell limit order. Are you targeting a specific price level based on the setup you're observing, or are you waiting for a pullback to a certain area?
I expect them to pull back to my price where I put my sell limit. It's the pullback to make a channel down effect to go down to where the second test that my price alert is located. But I'm too hot to jump in, but I can't jump in without the pullback. And that pullback, I said, okay, if you pull back to this price, I accept it, because that's why I put my sell limit there. I have no time to watch.
It sounds like you're staying disciplined by waiting for that pullback to your price level. It's important to let the market come to you instead of chasing it, especially when you're setting your sell limit based on a calculated entry point. The pullback to that price could confirm your expectation of the next move, especially if it aligns with your second test setup. Staying patient and letting the price test that level can help reduce the chance of jumping in too early.
Yeah, now I'm looking at the correlation now, and trying to lay out my chart and to look at the correlation. I just I'm looking for the best pair for window shopping now. So we'll see which one. First I give the GBP, and I don't know what is this pair I put. Oh, new
Trade by doing some window shopping is a smart way to find opportunities. DBP could give you some insights into how other pairs are moving and where potential trades might be forming. Are you looking at any specific correlation patterns today, or just trying to identify the most active pairs for the day?
Okay, my sell limit.
It seems like you were starting to say something. What's on your mind?
My sell limit is filled. That was New Zealand Swiss franc. I didn't know that I've put it last night, and now it's filled. So we are in the
Nice. It sounds like your setup came through. How's the price moving now? Are you seeing the expected pullback, or is it behaving differently than anticipated?
as planned. I will hit the close button when I get scared. Now I'm in the money, like I'm green now, so I will monitoring this very carefully, and I will close. By not to stay with the chart, I will put the lock in profit. By put stop loss to lock in. Now we
That sounds
are
like a solid plan.
some money.
Locking in profit while still monitoring the position is a smart way to manage risk. It's good you're staying calm and following your strategy. Keep an eye on how it develops and be ready to adjust if the market changes direction. How's the price action looking now compared to when you first entered?
The price action is running downhill.
It seems like you're still evaluating the situation. Are you seeing any signs that might affect your decision, like a shift in momentum or any resistance levels approaching?
I have to look at the correlation now, and the correlation is looking good. Every pair running down to the south, and my profit is running, and I didn't see how much it is, but I don't care. I put the stop lock in profit, and I just looking for potential when they're gonna go on the sideways market, where they're gonna put in pullback to make my price reduce. Then I'm gonna look accordingly if I'm gonna close or add in more position accordingly to the correlation right now.
Looking forward to it. Let me know if you need help with anything else as you prepare your next video.
And meanwhile I'm waiting, I can go dissect to another pair. Oh, this is New Zealand Swiss franc that my position is. I was with the GBP Swiss franc, and I have to go back to the GBP Swiss franc to finish my top down approach. And in there,
That sounds like a good plan. Going back to the GBP CHF will help you complete the analysis with the top-down approach. If you're focusing on the overall structure of the market, the higher time frames like the monthly or weekly will guide you better before diving into the smaller time frames for more precise entry points. What are you seeing on the GBP CHF right now? Anything standing out to you?
it looked the same correlation. The prices dropped down. It just didn't come high enough to pick up my limit, sell limit. But anyhow, my Swiss franc, New Zealand Swiss franc is activated. I'm in the green right now, and I'm just gonna have a free ride. If they come back to my stop loss, I already lock in some profit. So this is the strategy I want to do for the scalping every day, in and out, and trying to mastermind this tool, this technique. And just now I need to go through every pairs, and I'll put this to the bigger screen, and I'm at GBP Swiss
It sounds
franc.
like you have a solid approach in place with the free ride strategy. By locking in profits and setting your stop loss, you're managing risk while giving your trade some room to move. It's good to hear that you're focused on refining your scalping technique and working through the terms and tools as part of the process. Are there any specific terms or concepts you want to go over as you continue to master this technique? Or maybe there's something about your strategy that you want to refine further.
Yes, but right now I will go to another pair to dissect it. Pair that I curious the most this morning is Australian Swiss franc and New Zealand Swiss franc. New Zealand already running with profit. That's the first position I'm in. And New Zealand already in. Now I'm at Australian Swiss franc, and I should see this as a sister pair to New Zealand Swiss franc, and they are breaching this guy who's starting it, the first one, and their job is to make low, see if they
It sounds like you're comparing two pairs that have a similar setup, which is a great way to spot correlations and take advantage of similar market behavior. Since you're already in profit with New Zealand Swiss franc, watching Australian Swiss franc could give you a better understanding of how the two are moving in relation to each other. If they're both breaching key levels, it's important to see if they're both showing similar momentum or if one of them is lagging or behaving differently. Since you're observing the breach of the guy who's starting it, it sounds like you're looking for signs of follow-through after a key level has been tested. What's your observation so far on Australian Swiss franc? Any specific levels or indicators that you're paying attention to right now?
I go back to top-down approach from the Australian Swiss franc. I'm monthly now. Look like a seller controlled this market very, very good. Drop down, trailing down, train run down, whatever you named it, is waterfall in the lower time frame for sure. Weekly show very strong, and for they show also divergent on my MACD. Let's dissect into this meaning of why MACD make this divergence on monthly down to the weekly, and also stochastic. We will dissect into this. It's cellular market so far, and two long wick of the red doji candle had happened to show a part of this distance. They've been down in the, it's belong to the seller, the price, and now they just get the first green candles with the long wick on the green, mean the green is coming back on this weekly, but not so much to see, only one green candle. So the daily we get more to see on this what happening, but I forget to look at the divergence on the weekly. But daily, what do they show? From here to here look like divergent, but not so clear. Go back to the 1 week. If this give me a clear shot of divergence, from here to here the prices drop down with one, and then from here to here the price is, the MACD is moving up, so it's divergent. This green candle, the result of the divergence. If I want to go in and out quick, doesn't take so much of the profit, possible 20%, and it's already 20% fighting in this area where is my line show in the lower time frame. That's their fighting, and we're already in the money with New Zealand, so we just pretend that if we are in the same price, we will make that money too. But on the higher time frame, we need to see the potential of if the price will move back further more than 45% to 50 to 60 or 70, but it's impossible, because to do with this one or two candle back to the same place before, it must be some strong new. So the weekly give one red candle now. Oh no, the daily divergent wise is divergent. That's why it's coming here. But how far? Hello, are you there? So it's coming back so far. That's where we are today. The price is. I check my assistant. Where is he? Are you there? I didn't hear you. Some issue. Alright, anyway, I have to continue. I try to close and open again. Hello? Are you there? Are you back?
Take care.
Alright, you're back. So, I just at the, right now at the 4-hour time frame on.
Yes, I'm here. What's on your mind today?
4-hour time frame. I've been top-down approach since monthly. Now I'm at 4-hour on Australian Swiss franc. And it look the same like New Zealand Swiss franc, and I'm in the money at the New Zealand. So I just check at the Australian, the sister pair. This look like the price that I put in the New Zealand Swiss franc still working. By looking from here, the red candle with the wick, long wick on the top, that's where my position, first position, just get in 5 minutes ago. And then they're moving down, so here it's look possible that they can reach to 50%, where my second test, where they're gonna put in some level of the fight here, second sideways market. I expect not.
It sounds like you're tracking the Australian Swiss franc as a sister pair to the New Zealand Swiss franc, and you're in a solid position with the New Zealand Swiss franc. You're also looking for the Australian Swiss franc to hit that second test level, which is around the 50% pullback. The red candle with the long wick on top is a good indication of rejection, and if the price moves toward your second test level, it seems like you're setting up for a potential entry. Are you planning to adjust your strategy based on how the price moves on the Australian Swiss franc, or are you going to stick with the approach from New Zealand Swiss franc?
Maybe you can help me with this instead. I see the price is moving down, but my MACD is moving up. The result of this big long green candle is the result. They bridge this guy who's starting it and trying to go back up higher to make this main guy who's starting it to being bridged, but they can only come to 45%. They fight on the sideways now. My divergence is happening because of that, and my question is how far this green guy can maintain his momentum to creeping up north.
It sounds like you're dealing with a bullish divergence where the price is moving down, but your MACD is moving up, indicating potential bullish momentum despite the price action. This type of divergence often signals a possible reversal or continuation, depending on the context. Regarding how far the green candle can maintain its momentum, it largely depends on the key support and resistance levels around it. Since you're seeing the price only reaching 45% of the pullback so far, it's likely still testing the strength of that level. The fact that your MACD is showing bullish divergence could mean the price may continue to creep up, but you'll want to watch for confirmation in the form of another higher high or a break of a key level. If the momentum starts to slow or if the price fails to break through the next resistance, the bullish move might lose steam, and you could see a consolidation or reversal. Keep an eye on the 50% level, which is often a significant point for retracement, and see if the price can push past it. Are you thinking of waiting for a further confirmation before adding to your position, or are you planning to adjust your stop or take profit based on how the price reacts around these levels?
Yeah, I am at that right now, and I'm sell against this. That means I did the counter trend sell. My sell price is running, and I'm be aware. I'm fearful. I need to control this, so I have to monitoring at all time my income. So let's see how much it is. Now it's still green. I'm happy because anyway I have stop lock inside. I need to lock in some money when I see the price is moving backward, but it take away my real estate. I might as well close this because I have stop lock in already. What the hell? I go for the next lower time frame, 1 hour on the Australian now, and we are see the strong rejection, the red trying to gain his
It
distance
sounds
now.
like you're in a bit of a tense situation with your counter trend sell position. Since you're already locking in profit with your stop loss, you have some protection in place, which is great. The challenge now is managing the trade carefully, especially since you're monitoring the price and considering the possibility of closing out if it starts to reverse. If you're looking at the 1 hour time frame, it's crucial to see if the price is showing any signs of reversal or if it can continue in your favor. Since you're already in the green, it might be wise to stay alert and see if there's any major level of resistance or a shift in momentum that could signal a good exit point. If the price starts to turn against you and your stop loss is triggered, you've already locked in a reasonable profit, so it's a win either way. You could also monitor the MACD D or any other indicators you're using to confirm if the momentum is slowing down or reversing. If things look like they might go south, locking in your profit by closing the trade would be a smart move. How are the conditions looking on the 1 hour chart now? Do you see any signs that might make you adjust your strategy?
I just looking for learning MACD on 1 hour. From the higher time frame I already know that they're also a divergent on the MACD, and the 1 hour I need to follow that trail. Where are they for the divergent? I can see that the price is, my MACDs go on the sideways where at the fair value price 50% hacking on. That's a long time, and this is the first one that they're breaking out, and they're breaking out hard. And when they got to the first leg set in, then the second leg following, and with the test 1 test 2 I don't see it so clear that it's just a range, not even a test. Yeah, they have the first leg got the chance to take a test 1 somewhere around here, and the test 2 with the dash of evil come back to the 50% or not 45% of the price inside the bar, and dashing back inside the range and go back up to the top side of the range, fighting around to the top side of the range to fool people that the price is just about to move north, but actually the intention of the seller, the buyer, is have to be respect because they come into a full throttle. They need a second chance to put on the second leg. You don't stop in front of them, they're gonna crushing you. And this is what happened. Even though they're just not far away distant, they can break through the next level. But anyway, that's they got their second try of being to show that I come this far. Do you expect me to throw the white flag at this level? No way. I'm gonna get further, and he get further, and the result is this is the lowest price in the low is you don't get lower than this. I think if I go, I have to check again, but this is on what my screen so far. I see the lowest, and they push the price back to 50%, almost. Okay, it is not, and that's where we are. And this morning London market